as the chief guest and moderator. Mr. Tapon Kanti Ghosh was promoted to the rank of Senior Secretary to the Government of Bangladesh on 30th December 2021. He joined the Ministry of Commerce on June 2, 2021. Prior to this, he had worked as a Secretary of the Ministry of Liberation War Affairs since July 7, 2020. He was promoted to the rank of a Secretary to the Government on 5th December 2019. He also served as the Chairman of the Bangladesh Trade and Tariff Commission. Mr. Ghosh obtained both bachelor and master's degree from Economics Department of the University of Dhaka. In 1989, he entered the civil service as a member of the BCS administration cadre. During his career, Mr. Tapon Kanti Ghosh served in various districts as Assistant Commissioner Land, First Class Magistrate, Upajala Executive Officer, and Additional Deputy Commissioner. From 2011 to 2016, he had served as the Commercial Councillor and Minister of Commerce at the Bangladesh Embassy in Brussels, Belgium. He worked closely with the European Commission and the European Parliament's Committee on International Trade to ensure Bangladesh's preferential market access in the EU. He played an important role in the formulation, implementation, and monitoring of the Sustainability Compact, which was launched in collaboration with European Union, Bangladesh, the United States, and the ILO. He served as Joint Secretary and Additional Secretary in the Export Wing of the Ministry of Commerce from 2016 to 2019. I'm very delighted to introduce Mr. Tapon Kanti Ghosh as the session chair of this technical session number 2. I invite him to start moderating the session as per the program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I welcome all the audience and also the distinguished panelists and discussion to this important technical session on the current trend of regional economy, role of professional accountancy organizations. Although my introduction was a bit long, I should say, but I have to restrict myself and all the panelists to very short time so that we can actually lagging behind by more than 1 hour. So I'd like to actually close the session as early as possible to not to make our audience more impassioned maybe. So regional economy or regional connectivity has been a very buzzword last maybe few years. And we have seen a lot of successful regional integrated economies, regional economic union, I should say, in various parts of the world. But in South Asia, this has not been the case. Even compared to the ASEAN countries, we are lagging behind. In the ASEAN countries, 25% of the trade have been, inter-regional trade. In the European Union, it is much more than 65%. But in South Asian countries, only 5% trade are being done in the region. So we have a lot of potentiality and we need to promote this regional economy or regional integration. But I think due to our history and sometimes politics, we have not been able to reap the benefits of this regional integration. So I think this is very interesting topic today, and we would like to hear particularly the keynote speaker, Mr. Sabbir Ahmed FCA, Council Member ICAB and partner Hudabashi Chaudhary and Company Chartered Accountant. So without much ado, I'd like to request Mr. Sabbir Ahmed to present his keynote. Thank you very much.
While they are opening up the PowerPoint slide, I will share a short story so that you can get which way I'm going. Once a teacher asked his student, tell me what is intelligence? The student says, to say right thing in right time. The teacher responded, no, this is not intelligence. This is a common sense. Intelligence is not to say right thing in wrong time. So we are already running almost 1.5 hours late. In Bengali, you know, Khudar Rajya Prithibi Goddomoy, Purnimar Chand Jeno Jhalsano Ruti. So I'm sure whatever good thing I discuss, I talk, might be your attention will not be at the primal level. So I will try to make it very short. Don't worry. Okay, my previous keynote speaker on technical session 1 said, can accountants save the world? I think before he tossed this idea, one gentleman named Jacob Saul has written a very interesting book. The name was The Reckoning, Financial Accountability and the Rise and Fall of Nation, where he said, effective accounting and political accountability have made the difference between a society's rise and fall. Poor accounting and its lack of accountability have led to financial chaos, economic crimes, civil unrest, and wars. So with this backdrop, I will start my session. I will talk about a couple of sections or divided into a couple of sections. First is the role of public accountancy organization in economic development. So it is very imperative that high quality financial information result in improvement of trade, finance, and investment. And this improvement will result in economic prosperity through prudent economic decision, private sector growth, strong public sector, and higher GDP. That will ultimately result in overall development. A number of my previous speaker has spoken about sustainability, about the human development. It is proven fact that the proper functioning of the accountancy profession help in improving livelihood, better quality life, higher human development index, and global sustainability. I will share an information that is promoted by IFAC, International Federation of Accountants, and done by a very renowned think tank called Center for Economics and Business Research. So they have, through empirical evidence, mentioned that how the number of professional accountants in an economy contribute to the overall economic development of that country. So what they found is, if an increase of 500 professional accountant in an economy per million people, that will result in increase of per capita GDP of $5,000. You imagine $5,000 increase in GDP, per capita GDP, whereas all our South Asian countries hasn't reached to that level yet. And this is just mere accountant. But if those those accountants are member of a PAO, who are the member of IFAC as well, like all of us, we are here, ICAB, ICMA from Bangladesh, both Chartered and Cost Institute of India, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan, Chartered Institute of Nepal. If the members are these professional accountancy body members, their contribution to the economy would result, 500 of such member per 1 million people will result in an economic contribution of more than $11,000. A number of other data is available in front of you. I will not go in detail, but it is clearly proven that the number of professional accountants in an economy directly correlated with the all economic index upliftment. Service sector contribution increase, export increase, inward FDI flow, which all we are crying these days, the need for FDI, that is directly related with the role of the professional accountants. If we look at other research, another research that was done by Oxford Economics, another very well-known research or think tank, that was sponsored by Consultative Committee of Accountancy Bodies, a group of 5 chartered bodies of UK and Ireland. They have estimated that the contribution of accountancy profession back in 2017 in UK was almost 60 billion pounds. IFAC, in another research paper called Nexus 2, the accountancy profession, a global value added, estimated the contribution of the professional accountants in global economy is more than $500 billion US. That means 575 billion US dollar, almost double the size of Bangladesh GDP. So I could not find any specific research in the South Asian region about the direct or indirect contribution of professional accountants, at least in a numerical form. I hope SAFA will take this initiative to prove, but it goes without saying that similarly in South Asian region, the professional accountants would have a significant role in economy. Now, if we look at the historical involvement of professional accountants in South Asian region, we have seen when the documentary of ICAB was presented, how many ministers and top bureaucrats were the member of our institute. And I'm sure the same is echoed all across the South Asian region. Many ministers, top bureaucrats, regulators were professional accountants. Professional accountancy bodies always interact with government, providing policy support, especially on the tax and fiscal matters. However, historically, the role of professional accountancy organization in South Asia were mostly focused toward the private sector through providing various type of services or interacting with the private sector. Against this backdrop, if we look at the current status of regional economy, I think it will not be exaggeration if we say the strong headwind the South Asian or the global economy facing these days are once in a lifetime event. While we were still recovering from COVID and the supply chain disruption in last year, the Russia-Ukraine conflict started and all other geopolitical factors started to kick in. So that has resulted manifold economic challenges. The list will go on and on. Just to put some very critical factors like the rising inflation, along with the power and energy crisis, depleting foreign currency reserve, depreciation of the local currency, foreign current account deficit, higher government spending, budgetary deficit increasing, and importantly, very tight fiscal space for the governments. Because in last 2 years, for COVID, the governments across the region has spent on the many social safety network, stimulus package, immunization, and also they have provided fiscal reliefs to the business. So on one hand, the government expenditure expanded, on other hand, collection reduced. So that has created very tightening fiscal space for all governments in the region. Disruption in the procurement of essential food and commodities because of the supply shock from the Russia-Ukraine conflict, as well as many countries has taken some preemptive measure to ban or reduce export of the essential food item to preserve their own stock. So that has created substantial volatility in the procurement process. Unprecedented climate change effect, the flood situation that happened in Pakistan, and a number of other environmental issues are being faced in the region. So all these things, and finally, what economists prediction about the stagflation. That is, on one hand, you will have higher inflation. On other hand, you will have a slower output. So normally what happens is if inflation reduces, the output also reduces. But here, the price, the demand when reduced, that also curb inflation. But here, the opposite might happen. Both inflation and the supply shock will continue. So against all these economic turmoil, what role we as an accountant or professional accountant can play? If we summarize our role in a chart or diagram, we are very uniquely positioned as a bridge between various stakeholders. We professional accountants have multifaceted role. We work with the government and related entities. We work with businesses. We work with non-government sector. We work with various market intermediaries. We work with the consumers. We work investor, both domestic and foreign. So that gives us very unique perspective of what's happening on the ground on real-time basis. And these days of the turmoils and all challenges, information and data is key. And we can be catalyst to link those various stakeholders in a real time with real data. Based on that, what areas we thought as a professional accountant can really contribute? First is bringing transparency and accountability in government spending. One of the positive note across the South Asian countries in last few years, the government budget size has increased across the countries. And also another encouraging side, most of these budget sources are domestic funding, the government's own revenue. Previously, many countries were dependent on the foreign loans, donation, grant, foreign funding, but now sizable portion is coming internally. That has also put some challenges in terms of the government's capacity and capability to ensure transparency in all those spending. Because mostly, in such cases, supreme audit institutions of respective countries are involved in the checking of the government expenditure. But we have seen quite chronic professional shortage in those institutions, where the professional accountants can play a very important role to supplement the efforts of supreme audit institutions of respective countries. Another area, many public expenditure or the public policy decision has been made, but without thinking about the social impact of that. We all know what's happening in the UK for last couple of days. Because of the government's mini budget and the policy, the way the UK bond market shrink, the Reserve Bank of England has to step in, and that has created a number of political casualty as well. So various decisions that the government takes that have a far-reaching social impact. We as a professional accountant can help government to assess those social impact of various policy decisions. Economic crime prevention, money laundering, especially trade-based money laundering, informal remittance channel, hundi, as we call, then abuse of the fiscal benefit given by the government, incentive given by the government, all these are economic crime, where traditionally law enforcing agencies are associated, but many of them may not have the forensic insight, where we professional accountant can directly contribute in identifying that sort of economic crime and suggest to the government remedial action. Another area, because of especially last few months supply chain disruption, the various government is imposing price control mechanism. And here, here the most involved party is the various trade bodies who are negotiating with the government about the price fixation matter, but they are directly conflicting party. So they will always try to preserve their interest. Here, I will request especially to our chief guest, being the Commerce Secretary, to involve our professional accountants on those matters, on the price checking mechanism. Last couple of points is supporting digital automation for the government and the public sector, where professional accountants play a role. Obviously, traditional role is promoting the investment and the FDI for their respective countries. And finally, the professional accountancy organizations of this region, if we cooperate with each other, as one of the special guests mentioned in his remarks, that we are talking about the regional integration on the physical form, but what about the intellectual form? Sharing of idea with each other, taking the best practice from each other. Those are the direct contribution that we, through such forum, can make. Like this morning, we had 8 committee meetings in the SAFA region. In my committee, which I chair, Ethics and Independence, we have spoken with all SAFA country about their rules and regulation regarding the public interest entity and the whistleblower policy. So we will collect all the information from each country and will disseminate with each other so that the best of the best can be taken from this session. So I know we are running late, so I will not go on any detail. I think I will end by thanking everyone for their patience hearing. And most importantly, I think this is a journey we will start together. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sabir Ahmed. I think he has been able to relate the role of the professional accountants in building and promoting the regional integration, promotion of regional economy and regional trade. Whatever we talk about international trade, export, import, or FDI, I think it is all about the companies, the interaction between the companies across the country. So they would be doing the business or FDI investment on the ground. So it is the professional accountants. Actually, they are engaged with bringing the balance sheet, the disclosure, that what we are talking about since the evening, that the sustainability reporting and all this transparency, the trust. I think that to a great extent depends on the reports of the companies, and the companies, when they will be engaged in different business across the border, they will trust on the reports. They have to depend on the reports of the company, whether they are listed or non-listed, but still the good reports, the sustainability reports or the quality reports audited by good companies, professional organizations, that is the key, to depend or to decide whether to have a joint venture, whether to have a business in a different country, in a different culture, in a different setting. So I think that is very important. He has been able to give a lot of insight on this. So we have actually very limited time. So I would be harsh on the panelists. I think we should restrict our comments, maybe 3 to 4 minutes maximum. So I would like to first start with Mr. C.A. Sushil Kumar Goyal. He's from India, the Central Council member of Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So the floor is yours. Thank you.
Mr. Tapan Kanti Ghosh, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, is the chairman of the session, and Mr. Sabir Ahmed, FCA Council Member, Institute of Chartered Accountant, Bangladesh, and my co-panelist. And ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed great pleasure speaking from the podium of SAFA. And very pertinent questions has been raised. Can accountants save the world? Yes, I believe it can, but there are limitations. Why? First, let me correct myself also. Accountants are no more remain as the accountant. They are not doing only the accounting job. They are now business solution provider or financial advisor. If they are playing the role of financial advisor or business solution provider, definitely they can add value. And that is the world is looking towards this. Definitely we have role to play in the government spending, but whether these professional bodies have capacity or power to interfere with the government spendings or interfere in this direction that why government is spending in this area. This is a question I am asking myself because all these are political decisions. Any of the SAFA country must accept it. Government is spending where they will spend and how they will spend, how much subsidies they will give to which sector. These are government decisions, not to be interfered by professional bodies, to my understanding. And sir, similarly, that economic crimes and all this, whether we are ready to point out if some of our clients, because who is, unless until it is appointed by government, the auditor are appointed by the government, we have to accept somehow our independence is in challenge. So definitely time is coming, we will play the role, but unless government comes forward, government give us support and government give this responsibility and backing us, I believe that this role very difficult to play by the professional accounting body. And in the recent time also, a number of research has been done, but I believe all this pointed out that we are having capacity, but none of these given any effective results to my understanding. Thank you very much. Time is short. And I will again, if get opportunity, I will definitely come forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Goel, particularly to restricting to the time limited. And you have pointed a very good point, I think, that the partnership between the government and the private sector, that is very important. Of course, government wants to promote these cross-border trade or regional integration, but the private sector has to play, I think, a very important role. And that's why the policy support from the government and the action from the private sector, that is imperative. So with this, I think we would like to go to our next panelist, distinguished Mr. CMA Raju Iyer Pichumani, President ICAI Cost. Mr. Pichumani, the floor is yours.
Good evening, respected session chair, keynote speaker, and my fellow panelists, and eminent members. We are very happy that we are able to meet after the 2 years of pandemic, and in a good situation now. We are in a very big situation. As we all know that we have had a lot of discussion, what of things. So value creation, value reporting, sustainable reporting, GRA, and all the things we have extensively discussed. And as a professional accountant, it's our responsibility to report whatever it is to the concerned authorities and concerned stakeholders. The stakeholders are very, very important. The stakeholders, authorities should know what is happening in the company. It's a professional accountant who will be getting all the information. In today's environment, if you take all the information are available, data is available. It is only the analysis which has been done by the professional accountants. As a professional accountant, we will be knowing and we will be the first one to know what is happening in the corporate, what is happening in the company. So we should be able to report it to the management as a performance audit and a performance appraisal. So that is very important in today's environment. As we all know that the whole accounting scenario has changed, whole auditing scenario has changed. It is the information and data is available. And we all know that now forensic auditing and so many things are taking place. So in this environment, we are the one who is having the responsibility to report whatever happens. And we will be knowing the pulse of the corporate as a first person to know it. If you take it marketing or production, they will be having only the part information. As a professional accountant, we only will be able to get the total information, and management is looking for the guidance and support from the professional accountants. So as a professional accountant, it is our responsibility to go in for the detailed analysis and how the corporate will be performing, whether inflation is taking place, whether foreign currency exchanges are taking place, how it is going to happen. So we all know that there is a report by economists that Black Swan is going to come, and where the great recession is expected in the end of the year and the next 2 years. So how we have to protect ourselves? It is first the regional cooperation and the regional, how we are going to do it in the region. And then we'll go into the other areas also. So that the whole world is looking for the support and guidance from the professional accountant. We, as a responsible person, responsible citizen, will be taking care of all the corporate interests and our clients' interests and the stakeholders' interests, so that the public at large will be getting the benefit, whether it is going to be the impact of the Ukraine war or impact of the pandemic. And we were the one who were able to advise. And especially in this situation, MSMEs are the one who will be playing the major role in developing keeping the economy in running. So as we all know that MSME is the one who is the largest employment provider and who is keeping the economy in running. So we have to first take care of the MSMEs so that large corporations will be taking care of themselves with our advice and with our support. So in this scenario, the whole world is looking for the support from the professional accountants. So the global progress is powered by the nations. National progress is powered by economy. The economy is powered by industries. Industries are powered by competition. Competition is powered by innovation and creativity. Innovation and creativity is powered by resource investment. Resource investment is powered by return on investment. Return on investment is powered by revenue. Revenue is powered by quality of the product and volume of quality of the services. Quality of the product and quality of service is powered by employee productivity. Employee productivity is powered by employee motivation. Employee motivation is powered by management stewardship. Management stewards are powered by quality leaders. Quality leaders are powered by we, the professional accountants. We have to take the lead and take the country forward and the corporates forward. Wishing you all the best. Wishing all a healthy and prosperous days. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Good day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pichumani, for your passionate comments, I should say, and you have actually presented in a wider perspective, connecting the resource management, leadership, innovation, and all these issues. So thank you very much again. Now I would like to go to our next panelist, Mr. Awais Yassin from Pakistan. Mr. Awais Yassin, FCMA, is a fellow member of Institute of Cost and Management Accountants of Pakistan. So he is digitally connected, virtually connected now. So his time is 3 minutes. So Mr. Awais Yassin, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you. I'm very thankful for giving me opportunity to present my case. Honorable Minister of Commerce, learned panelists, distinguished members of accounting bodies, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good evening. It is indeed a matter of great pleasure for me to represent ICMA Pakistan in the SAFA International Conference held in Dhaka. It is great privilege and honor for me that organizing committee considered my name for this panel discussion. Actually, I intended to travel for Bangladesh, but due to certain urgent assignment, I could not travel. I also extend my heartiest congratulations to all organizers who have arranged this conference successfully and pay my gratitude to all the panelists and participants who have spared precious time for today's session. The topic selected for this technical session have great importance for all stakeholders. It is inevitable for all professional accounting bodies to know about their role, economic and business development growth of countries. Professional accounting bodies make a significant contribution to the economy at the local, national and global levels. Accounting bodies plays an essential role in the economic development. High quality corporate reporting is key to improving transparency, facilitating the mobilization of domestic and international investment, creating a sound investment environment, and fostering investor confidence, thus promoting financial stability. A strong and internationally comparable reporting system facilitate international flows of financial resources, while at the same time helping to reduce corruption and mismanagement of resources. It also strengthens international competitiveness of enterprises in attracting external financing and taking advantage of international market opportunities. No economic decisions can be taken without analysis by professional accountant, and this fact must be understood by the government of the respective bodies. While talking to Pakistan, currently the foreign minister and governor State Bank of Pakistan both are professional accountants qualified from accounting bodies of Pakistan. The accounting bodies of Pakistan are playing a pivotal role in all economic policies and formulation of laws. While at the time of budget formulation, the both accounting bodies give their recommendation and government give weightage to their proposal also. Within the border, the government role is important, and while talking to the regional bodies can play more important role while to understand the role of an accountant. The scenario is changing very fast. Digitalization is around us and transforming the financial system very quickly. Taking advantage of this discussion, I would like to suggest that the SAFA and the all stakeholders should also think about their policies regarding digitalization and changing role of accountants around the globe. This is all about me. Once again, I'm very thankful to all the participants, to all the organizing body who have given the opportunity to represent my case. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Awais Yassin, FCMA, for being able to connect with us from Pakistan through a digital platform. So thank you again. We would like to go to the next speaker. And here is Mr. Professor Laxman R. Watawala, President ICMASL. He's from Sri Lanka. Professor Laxman R. Watawala. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think in the history of SAFA, today we are saying that they are discussing a very, very important matter. They have always been talking of standards and various things, but not on the regional economy. I think they have chosen a very correct country, Bangladesh, to discuss this important area of current regional economy and, of course, the role of professional accountancy organization. So I would like to now find out, I think there is a very big audience here from Bangladesh. Can you put up your hands of the people who are contributing to the government, Now the Commerce Minister was here, they said that the economy has been doing extremely well. Even in the COVID times, maybe they have reduced a little. Can you put up your hands? How many of you all have contributed to the government economy in this country? Can you put up your hands? Right, okay. How many of you all have directly contributed? We can contribute indirectly from the private sector. But from the government sector, how many of you all have contributed? Please put up your hands. Okay, now that there is a big silence. You see, the government must realize the potential of the professional accountancy organizations. Now our keynote speaker mentioned about the numbers of accountants. Are there sufficient number of accountants who are employed by the government? I am telling you this because Transparency International, they did a survey. What were the results? The governments who employed more professional accountants, the corruption rate was low. Countries that had very less number of accountants, corruption rate was very high. Now you can see. So can I say that Bangladesh has made a very high growth rate in its GDP because they employed a lot of professional accountants? Is that correct? Can I say that? Any of you all put your hands up? Now that is the big question. So you see, that's why I am saying SAFA has taken the correct, after I think maybe over 30, 40 years, we are now discussing on the economy. When you talk of the economy, whom do they say? Economists. Do they talk of chartered accountants? Do they talk of management accountants? No, only economists. Some countries have failed, some countries have done well, but you must know that accountants, professional accountants are required. First of all, you can trust the professional accountants, highest integrity, highest discipline. Now that is what a government needs. We are all working. A professional is a person who works for the people. The people are looking at your trust, your confidence, the way that you have done, and how one will govern this country. If there is good governance, that all these good characters should be there. So I think we have to play a major role. Then that is transparency. Then on tax and fiscal matters, you see, who is the biggest spender? In all our SAARC countries, if you take together, government is the biggest spender. Then they talk of value creation. What is the value the society is getting by spending this money? Can our professional accountants put down in figures and tell, government, your budget is so much, your deficit is so much. If you have a surplus, it is good. But many countries have been running on deficits, taking loans and ruining their countries. This is what the politicians have been doing. So we need professional accountants. They must use the services of professional accountants. How to manage the economy, how to manage the expenditure. We don't want people who talk. We need operational people. That is why chartered accountants, management accountants, trusted accountants, disciplined accountants who can govern the country. So that is why you have to serve the public and the society. All the taxes that are charged by the government, who is paying it? The society is paying it. But what are the results they are giving? Your economy is going up, good results. If the prices are going up, who's paying the high prices? Today, inflation they are talking of. Who is paying? Society is paying. Then you must have the professional accountants to check their pricing. No increase in pricing, no increase in profits. That is the way you should not fleece the society. So I think we have a very good role to play. Today, this topic, I think we must have a committee. We have the public sector committee. That is not enough. We must see how this economy can be done. And SAFA must tell all the countries, this is what you all must do to need to see that your economy is doing well. Economy is having a surplus. You are able to attract foreign direct investment. You are able to digitalize. Now you take the COVID-19 pandemic. How did we manage? Everyone changed. Now I can tell you all the professional accountancy bodies, they changed to digitalization. What happened? They were able to serve the country. They were able to serve their students. You talk to the government, we stay at home. They can't even have a computer to work from home. So now look at this. This is what we have to teach the people. This is what the professional accountants have to show. So I think I can say that Bangladesh, your economy is doing extremely well. Your garment industry is doing. All our Sri Lankan people have come and put up a lot of garment factories here. You are exporting. Your export economy, I heard the Commerce Minister sometime back, 25 billion to 30 billion. Sri Lanka exports 5 billion. We've sent all our people, but you are now 5 times 25 billion. You are having a trade surplus. Look at how the government is running. Now, this is what is being done. This is how the professional accountants have to play a role. I'm sure that this conference, this SAFA conference, will bring prosperity to all the nations. We must all tell the governments what they have to do to make the countries prosperous. And then Bhutan has started on gross national happiness. We can tell that all our societies, all in happiness. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you very much, Professor Laxman, our Watawala. I think he has highlighted the role of professional accountants in improving the governance and also to contain corruption and, you know, bringing transparency, bringing trust in the companies, and also more of employment of the professional accountants in the government sector. So I think all we have taken note of it, and I think he has given a great insight on this profession in the regional integration and in improving the economic development. So thank you, Mr. Wathanala again, and I would like to go to our next speaker, Mr. Muhammad Mamunur Rashid, FCMA, President ICMAB of Bangladesh. Mr. Mamunur Rashid, FCMA.
Respected Session Chairman, Mr. Tapun Kanti Ghosh, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, learned paper presenter, Mr. Sabir Ahmed, FCA, distinguished foreign delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I offer my sincere thanks to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Bangladesh for inviting me, at the same time for choosing the right topics at this crisis moment in the world. So I must offer my thank you to the Institute Authority. Actually, while a global economy was strongly recovering after COVID-19, all on a sudden the war, Russia and Ukraine has interrupted to the ongoing recovery. The global commodity price, the fuel price has been shoot up, and as a result, the supply chain all over the world has been interrupted. Therefore, the economists, the accountants, and the international organization, they are going to revise their economic projection in the next year and coming years. As per United Nations publication, the global economy grew by 5.5% in 2021, which was the highest rate since 1976. And after contracting, it was 3.4% in 2020. Now, at this recession, the global economy is expected to grow by 4% in 2022 and projected 3.5% in 2023. Now, let's talk about the economy of Bangladesh. Already Dr. Professor Watawala, he has already mentioned some points about Bangladesh economy. Just I want to add some more points within 1 or 2 minutes. Bangladesh is a resilient nation, and at the time of our birth in 1971, the Bangladesh was called the basket case. And over the period of last 50 years, now this basket case has turned into the Asian tiger. And this is the proud moment of our nation. And this has happened because of some financial reforms has been taken place over the period of last couple of years. And last couple of years, so many financial reforms has been taken place in various sectors. Reforms have been done in banking sector, insurance sector, capital market, and corporate financial sector. Finally, through Financial Reporting Act, which was done in 2015. So after all those reforms, now the Bangladesh is an economy of $425 billion economy. And the projection is by 2030, our economy will be rich at 700 billion, which will be take the 26th position in the world economy. So back, as I said, back in 1971, at the time of our birth, Bangladesh was one of the poorest nations. And now, if we see our GDP, our per capita income, at the time of our birth back in 1971, our GDP was only $6 billion, which reaches at this stage at $425 billion. And our per capita GDP was in 1971 only $90. Now it is $2,800. So Bangladesh is projected to be the world's 28th largest economy by 2030 and 23rd largest economy by 2050. Now everybody talks about Bangladesh, everybody saying good about Bangladesh, the sustainable economy of Bangladesh. World Bank, HSBC, and PwC, they are saying very good note about Bangladesh. The government also has taken some mega projects, approximately around $30 billion. I can just mention some of those names. Podda Bridge, it has already been implemented. Now Podda Bridge rail link, it is under process. Metro rail line, Dhaka elevated express, Matarbari deep sea port, and Rangpur nuclear power plant. So if all those mega projects have been implemented in due course within 2030, I think Bangladesh will move forward and accelerate for sustainability of the country. Finally, I would say, after implementing all those mega projects, I think the country will move forward in a positive direction. And we, the professional accountants, are expecting support from the regulator to join hands and willing to contribute to the economy of Bangladesh. Our Senior Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, he is the administrator of both the Institute of Chartered Accountants and Cost and Management Accountants. So my urge request to sir that utilize our professional accountant in this country. We can ensure transparency, good governance, and accountability to the society. With this hope, I conclude my speech here. Thank you very much for patient hearing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mamun Rashid, FCMA, President ICMAB. With this speaker's note, I think we have come to an end of the comments from the panelists. Now, actually, we had been waiting for Mr. Bandara to come, but I think the flight has been delayed and he has not been able to join us in this session. So a lot of insightful comments we have seen, and also from the paper, the keynote paper that has been presented by Mr. Sabir Ahmed, FCA, that the regional economy, or the integration of the regional economy, this is a much talked about issue, and particularly in the South Asian region, last few decades, we have been trying to improve the connectivity of the countries of this region and also beyond. And as Bangladesh is graduating from the LDC category to a developing country, the need for more integration is being felt. And there is a lot of discussion going on to have free trade agreements or comprehensive economic partnership with the regional countries. So in this respect, I think this technical session has been very time befitting. And we have been benefited to have some insightful comments from the speakers here. As we progress in the path of economic development of a country, we feel the urgency of good reporting, setting of good standards, and being trustworthy to our partners in the region and also beyond the region. So we have seen in last 9-8 years, particularly after the Rana Plaza collapse, that how the auditing in the government sector was questioned, and how the social audit was being done at that time. These audits actually didn't fulfill the requirements of the Western companies, as though they also employed some firms here. They were doing, but the quality of the audit report was questioned, and the following years we have seen that how the sector has been improved with the assistance of our European Union or ILO. Some standard has been set up, and we have seen that now the government sector has really have been able to improve their image. And now the Green Building Council of the United States, they have come forward, and we have almost 500 very good, factories in the R&D sector that have been, almost 176 factory have been granted the, USGBC premium lead certificate, but some more are waiting. So in other sectors also, we need to establish this sort of standard. And for that, we need more and more of professional accountants and other regulatory bodies that they do the quality work. It is not only the number that has been cited here, that number of the professional accountants per maybe in the country of 170 million people, or in other countries also in the region, that may not be sufficient, but still the quality of the reports and the policy support of the regulators, that is very important. So we have seen that although we are, not that integrated in the regional economy, but there has been a lot of momentum in these years, particularly after this government came in power in 2019. The regional integration issue, the regional trade and economic development in the partnership has come into fore. So as declared by our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, after the independence, that the foreign policy of Bangladesh should be friendship to all, malice to none. I think in the regional context also, that is very important, the partnership, the friendship. But if we want to do that, our companies need to also make them trustworthy. They need to produce dependable reports, sustainable reports, and the ideas under the ESG that is becoming more and more prominent, that we cannot actually lag behind. So for every company to be competitive in the global world, they need to have very good reporting, I think, and more sustainable reporting, and government and the regulatory bodies must also comply to the standards set by our partners, and also to be competitive in the post-LDC period. We need to adhere to the, improve the standards so that we can compete in the world, and we can really create value to in this region and beyond, and we can have our expected economic development. So with these words, I would like to thank the organizers for having me here, and also the audience particularly to have the patience hearing for all the keynote speaker and all the comments that have been given by our distinguished panelists. With this, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now, a presentation of crests. I'd like to request the President ICAB to be on stage once again. The recipients are, first, definitely the session chair, Mr. Topon Kanti Ghosh, Senior Secretary of the Ministry of Commerce of the Government of Bangladesh. And next one goes to Mr. Shabbir Ahmed, FCA, who presented the paper, the keynote speaker. Okay, now I request the session chair to give out the panelists. Mr. C.S. Sushil Kumar Goyal. Next one goes to CMA Raju Iyer Pichumani. And the next one goes to Professor Laksham R. Watawala. And the next is Mr. Mohammad Mamoon Rashid, FCMA, President ICMAB. Thank you, Mr. President. Now, photo session. Thank you. I request Mr. Siddharth Bodua, FCA, Vice President, ICAB, for a vote of thanks.
Very good evening. Respected Session Chairman, Mr. Tapon Kanti Ghosh, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Learned Paper Presenter, Mr. Sabir Ahmed, Council Member, ICAB, Partner Hudabasi Chaudhary and Company, respected panel speaker, Mr. Sushil Kumar Goyal, Central Council Member, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Mr. CMA Raju Layar, Panchamani, President of the Institute of Cost Accountant of India, Mr. Yasin, FCMA Honorary Treasurer, the Institute of Cost and Management Accountants of Pakistan, Professor Lakshman R. Watala, President, ICMA Sri Lanka, Mr. Mamuro Rashid, FCMA President, ICMAB, and Mr. Nawan Watagana, FCA Council Member, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, respected President, Vice President, SAFA President, SAFA member bodies, and distinguished SAFA delegates. Dear Vice President, Council colleagues, First President, and the distinguished member of the ICAB management team led by the CEO, distinguished guests and participants, friends from prints and electric media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. We have intends to learn a lot today on the topics, current trend of regional economy, role of professional accountancy and organization. Obviously, we learn a lot today's discussion. After continuation of the 5-hour session, I know everyone is patienceless, so that I want to wrap up very shortly, giving the thanks to you all. And we are thirsty also. It's my opportunity to welcome you to the dinner today. And be happy, be healthy. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. That's the end of the technical session 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we have valedictory session right now.